I'm Jessica from Me Time. Today we're going to show you how to center your Return to Bethlehem background panel using crosshairs. Noel, tell us about how you worked on this project.
Yeah, sure, Jessica. I helped with the stitching of this project. We did a lot of testing to make sure everything looked just right.
Great, they're looking so good. Everyone is loving these. These panels are amazing. They're going to come to you already cut like this, and the background is already printed with this green hill and the blue stars at the top, and it's going to make it easy for you to put together this panel.
First, I will show you how to do the 8x12 hooping, and then we will talk a little bit about the 5x7 hoopings. So I wanted to point out that for either hoop size, it comes with a white back or a white border around it. And this is something that you don't want to cut off. It will help in the end so that you have an extra space around it for the border. And then I also wanted to point out that I have already ironed fusible backing onto the back of this panel, which is something that you will also do. Another thing that I have already done in preparation for this is I loaded the file onto the embroidery machine, and it comes with a centering crosshairs file already. So you won't even need to download a separate centering crosshairs file for this. I went ahead and hooped my Kimbermel medium cutaway stabilizer. I stitched the placement line and tack down line for the batting, and then I also stitched the centering crosshair here. Another thing I did was I trimmed the batting just outside of the tack down line. Okay, so this is where we're getting into the part you want to pay attention to. Lay the panel right side up with the stars at the top. Fold it in half lengthwise to the right, and this is where you want to make sure that these edges are aligned. So what I do for this is I pull it over and I kind of fold corners down to make sure that edge is just right up against one another. And you want to line up the printed edges, not the edges of the fabric. So you'll fold that in half lengthwise to the right, and then you'll do the exact same thing but folding the opposite direction. So I'll take it from the top and fold it down to the bottom, and you want to make sure that these printed edges are lined up again. So this printed edge, you can kind of see through the fabric a little bit. You'll want to line it up just right on the edges like that. Okay, from here, you're going to take your hoop and your panel, your printed panel, and you're going to line up the fold on the left side. This is this fold. You're going to line it up with the vertical crosshair, and then you're going to do the exact same thing with this fold on the top. You're going to line it up in the bottom right corner of the hoop and the centering crosshair, and then you're going to unfold it very carefully, first to the top and then to the left. And now your panel is centered, and you don't want it to move, so you're going to use a lot of tape to make sure it stays right in place.
Well, that was easy enough. Thanks, Noel. What if I have a 5x7 hoop? Is the process different?
The process is a little bit different. Let me show you how to do that. So Jessica, the first thing that's different is that you will hoop your medium cutaway stabilizer and stitch your centering crosshairs directly onto the stabilizer instead of doing the batting first. The next step for this is you're going to take your panel and flip it to the wrong side. And you're going to take some of the adhesive spray that we have in the Me Time store, and you're going to spray it on the back of the panel lightly. And then you're going to put your project batting that's cut to size already and center it on the back of your panel like this, and make sure it sticks all the way. So the next thing you're going to do is the exact same thing as you did with the 8x12. you're going to fold it from the left side over to the right side. And you're going to make sure these edges are lining up, the printed edges along the sides, at the bottom, and at the top. So there's that fold. And then you're going to fold it from the top down, just like you did for the 8x12. This is a little bit trickier to see where the printed edges are on the top and the bottom. So something that I like to do is just kind of use my best judgment to make sure it is in the right spot. This looks about right to me, about right there. And this is a little bit thicker because you do have the project batting. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to align this fold, and this is where it's different again. You're going to align this fold right here with the horizontal instead of the vertical. On the 8x12, it's like this. On the 5x7, it's like this. You're going to align it like this on the top right of the hoop and the crosshairs. So make sure this is aligned right here and this is aligned right here. And then once again, you'll unfold it very carefully to make sure that doesn't move. And then you'll tape it like crazy to make sure it doesn't move as you're stitching.
So on the bottom, we will stitch the hills and the sheep. And then what? How do I get the quilting on the top of the panel?
That's a great question. So after you finish stitching everything, the last step in that part is to stitch registration marks. And those are going to be about right here. And so what you do is you unhoop it, you cut the stabilizer away, and then you'll take these registration marks, and the next file actually has a place where you can line up the registration marks on that. So you'll stick thumbtacks in to help you line it up, and then just make sure to take those thumbtacks out once you've lined it up.
Before you start stitching.
Before
right?
you start stitching again, yes.
Thanks so much, Noel, for walking us through this. You can find the medium cutaway stabilizer, the adhesive, and the scissors in the shop at metimedelivered.com.
Thanks for watching.